636. You hanging with us tonight, Jason. Hey, cut off anytime you're ready. You know what I mean?
Quarantine. What am I, other than going to bed, what am I going to do?
Hey, yeah.
I have to listen to the workout.
Can you hear me this time?
Yeah, go ahead. You up. Go ahead.
Thank you. You hung up on me.
No, I said it 10 times. I was like 636. You didn't. You up?
Bam.
You up? It don't matter. The question. The phones are hot.
Okay,
go ahead.
First, yes, it is. First, shout out to the queen on the panel, Miss Michelle. How you doing?
It's Brianna.
I do want to, Fred, could you give her my email? I want her to help mentor my daughter. She's
Gotcha. All you gotta do is email me. Go ahead. Yeah, ask your question, man.
Okay.
Ask your question.
To Miss, it was questions for both.
Okay.
To Mr. Whitlock, I don't know if you've been on the panel. I hope you come back. I know you've been going through the grueling sessions, but hey, you're amongst black people. One thing I do agree with you is we didn't vote our way into the situation. I don't see how we voting our way out of it. I will vote locally, when it comes to the aldermen and the mayors. But when you get up into the higher tiers, I kind of agree with you. There's going to be little difference made. Unity is our way up out of this. And we got to be more supportive, even when you're critical of some. It's a new day and age. I'm a few years older than you. You were born in 67. Happy belated birthday. Your birthday, what, April 27th?
Yeah.
Oh, happy belated.
Happy birthday, soldier.
Yeah.
God bless you.
We're in a new day and age, so we got to walk another path. We got to give this new generation their first shot. We got to stand behind them, even if we don't agree with a lot of their tactics. Because what did work once upon a time might not work now. And I'm here to get off the line. You say, hey, do it, model yourself after me. You're working under the white regime. The new way to do it now is like what Fred's doing. He has his own platform. He's doing his own thing, and we, the community surrounding him, and he's leading the way, and we all inspired, and we want to do our own thing. My daughter is a teenager, and she owns her own publishing company. It's just starting, but still, that should be the message for this new generation. Let's own our own. Now it worked out for you, and that's cool, But look how many black people that got told no before they said yes to you. So I'm gonna get off this line. And Miss Michelle, I will be looking to hear from you if my daughter's watching, and I hope you can have some.
Just email me, DM me on Instagram.
Yeah, some good information for that help guide along on her endeavors. Gotcha. All right, thanks. Shout out to the chat, and thanks, Mr. Whitlock. Come back, okay?
Thank you.
Any response to that about?
Well, I like his point about you starting a platform and building, and I do think that's certainly a positive route.
Hold up, 804.
That's one of the main reasons. Again, I met you in a hotel lobby, gave you my number, said call you.
Personal number,
and 2 hours and 32 minutes later, I'm still here.
You're right. And I'll say, Jason, so I turned down a job from ESPN when they came to LA. You know what I mean? Like because I think it was more important for my authenticity. I already had a little bit of money. My process was working. You know what I mean? I already had a plan in place. I was a school teacher that got laid off, and I realized, I said, I can't go back. 2007, and I built it step by step by step. And I think you got to turn me down, 804. I think that the goal is for us to have our own. And I think with your platform, I think the goal is to tell Jason Whitlock Jr., if he's your son or a mentee, to say, go get your own, because you can build off of what I've built and use my name, use my finances and resources to have Whitlock Studios, similar to Disney and et cetera, et cetera. And Disney, ESPN, we know how they treat black media members. I didn't want to get into that because it was too early in the conversation for us to go left. You get what I'm saying? We would have never got here, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, I'll add to what you're saying in terms of, look, there are some strategic things I've done in terms of, the Darnell Smith kid that works on my show.
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think Darnell's 26 years old. That makes him 27 years younger than me.
Mhm.
From the same neighborhood as me, grew up in my neighborhood 27 years later. He went to my high school. He played football at my college.
Mm.
You know, I came and got him to pay it forward, brought him on.
Beautiful. No, that's beautiful.
And so, you know, hopefully Darnell Smith is going to, you know, build off of a platform that I'm helping him establish, and he'll go on to do bigger and greater things.
Amen to that. Amen. Someone got to work in the post office, right? First, right? 804. What's up? 804. What's up?
What's good, Fred? How you doing?
Good, brother.
All right. So how y'all doing? Everybody else on the cast?
Mm-hmm. What's up?
This is gonna shock a lot of you all, but I agree with a lot of what Jason is saying tonight.
Take your time. Take your time.
And what I'm gonna say is this. First off, Jason is right in his approach when he says we have to be strategic. We do. We have to be strategic. All this emotion and marching is never going to get us anywhere. We have to make a plan, put our people together, put our dollars together, support each other. You know, we're not going to get anywhere if we're constantly always acting on emotion. We have to find a way to make our political leaders accountable. For instance, black people always want to vote Democrat, and they want nothing on the return of their vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said, if you're going to be loyal to Democrats, what black people are, make them give you a return on your vote. Democrats should go after police pensions. They should go after district attorneys. They should go after corrupt judges. Democrats do not do that. Every time a black man is murdered, every time black people are murdered, Democrats are silent. Now, I'm not saying Republicans are any better, but every Republican isn't a black man's enemy. Every Democrat is not a black man's friend, because I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and a lot of so-called liberal Democrats, they're racist. And that's the truth. So when Jason is saying we have to mobilize and get our shit together, that's what we have to do. But the thing is, you know, we've been conditioned to hate each other for so long and be in competition with each other. We don't know what steps to take. And like Jason said, it's a lot of fake black leaders. So we have to trim the fat. And it's up to the people on the ground, the preachers, the Nation of Islam, and as well as all the black athletes and entertainers to try to come together and make a plan for us to support each other so we can build our black communities. Because if you really look at it, there are no really black communities. A black community should have banks, schools. It should have grocery stores. You know, we don't have that. You know, and part of that, believe it or not, is because of us. We have to take the steps to say, hey, we need to treat each other better. We need to do X, Y, and Z so we can have a better community. And a lot of it is institutionalized racism, you know, but I mean, I don't agree with everything Jason says in his ideologies. But when he says that we have to mobilize, he's correct.
Jason, response. Appreciate the call.
I appreciate the call. Appreciate the you know, the thing
One second.
on
No problem.
is that you know, I look at my parents' generation, and they would talk about what it was like going to school, and you know how many black teachers they had, and the extra care that they were provided, And we somehow reached the conclusion that our solution was to move in or go to schools outside our neighborhood, where our parents couldn't walk up to the school and question the teacher. You had to drive across town or whatever. We basically, I think, once desegregation of schools started, there's some stat about the number of Black teachers that lost their jobs, and so we went out to communities that weren't towards us or weren't that welcoming towards us, and then complained that, oh man, our kids weren't taught properly. What would be the expectation? And I just say that I want to be crystal clear here that, I started out in the hood. My mother took a second job after my parents divorced, and we got robbed or whatever, and moved us out to a working class factory work, predominantly white school. And I got a good education, but I lived out there, had a bunch of friends bust out to that school system. Black kids bust out. Their experience in that same school system, where as an athlete and as someone that lived out there, I was treated like a king. They were not. And so I think some of the solutions we have emotion or out of our love and belief that somehow if white people just love us, things are going to be better, have been mistakes. And so that's where, I agree with the young man that just called in.
813, go ahead.